Thank you. I'm assuming I've got some sound now. Thanks for the message. I hate when I do that. Let me check my settings, make sure I've got the right audio, and I do. No sound. Can't hear me. See, things were going great until you let me know there was no sound. Now you can hear me. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. So, what did I put for my thumb? We've got Chris, True North. In fact, the upcoming month of March, I can think of two companies that I know of that are going to be starting up. True North Beard Company, I believe, is slated to go live during March. Yeah, freaking beard always gets in the way. And I believe we've got Grindstone also coming up this March. Looking forward to seeing what both have. So, what did I put on my thumbnail? Nicholas C., welcome in. True North Beard Company. Ellie Orchid, welcome. So, what did I put up there? I think I said IFRA Irritating Fragrance Association. I don't know if I know enough about it to be dangerous. Woodpick Candles, welcome in. I believe that is Kevin from Beard Shack. Open late March. Looking forward to it. Nicholas C. Yes, that now Iraq, that must be a Kevin. Other Ken, all right. Welcome in. Just getting out of work. Excellent. It must be much steadier hours, better hours. But before I start talking about IFRA, almost sounds like a IFRA swear word. I'm wondering what everyone has in beard. I put something in that I believe Gary turned me on to this morning, and that was Honeyacre Grayson. I wish I could get that to focus in. This is such an awesome scent. I got a haircut this morning, and my barber was going off about how good it was, how good it smelled. And I think that was Gary that told me about Grayson. It's my favorite blackberry out there. This is, I think I've got maybe 2 uses left of it. And once this is gone, I'm definitely going to replace it. And I'll take the opportunity to get a couple more from Honeyacre because I think I've only tried 1 or 2 from Honeyacre. Beard Shack Black Amber. I love Black Amber. That's another wonderful one. Yeah, Gary, I'm pretty sure that was you that told me about Grayson. So I am forever appreciative of that. Deer Hunter Beard Oil. That sounds manly as hell. A jolly old bastard, oil and butter from the one and only. I wonder which scent, though. And Defined Beard Company, King's Bounty. I looked that up. I don't remember what the heck that was. I'm really kind of bummed out about Defined. I guess these part of the reason I thought about IFRA as a topic. I forget who it was. I think it was Rudy that let me know that Defined is not offering Lemon Delight anymore because they can't make it work with the new standards. So Honeyacre Memoirs this morning in Legacy Elite after a shower. You know what? I started off with Honeyacre, but because I got a haircut, I had to take a shower again, get those little pieces of hair. And what I did for the second part of the day was, I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. But this is Diamond Hand by Luxurious Bastard. And for this one, it was my last use. I've got maybe like a drop left in there. So I'll refresh it before I go to bed. But Diamond Hand, this one really kind of surprised me. When I first got it, I was thinking, I guess I kind of like it. And I went through this bottle pretty damn quick. Avenue Blue is awesome from Honeyacre. I've heard of Avenue Blue. Someone suggested that I try it. When, like I mentioned, I've got like 2 uses out of this, maybe 3. And once I finish that off, I'm definitely going to try a few scents from Honiaker. Jim Riley, welcome in. I'm pulling behind there. True North looking, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. In fact, True North, I'm wondering if you're going to have that Captain Crunch. Hemp Wizard Beard Company, welcome in. Thanks for joining. Ferocious Purple Haze. I don't know what Purple Haze is, but I'm definitely going to look it up. Custom Castor Blend with heavy cologne scent. You know, something that I wore the other day that I got a really big compliment for was Alley Cat's 1981 Move Chesapeake. Chesapeake, that's got to be pretty old. I'm surprised it's still hanging in there. Alley Cat Hollis. I don't know what that one is. I just mentioned that yesterday. I watched War 1981. Recommendations for other Honiaker scents: Avenue Blue, Memoirs, and Taproot. I've definitely got to get another Grayson, so I'll take a look at those. I've heard a lot about Avenue Blue. I don't remember what it is, but I definitely want to get some more Honiaker. Exodus by Bay Area. I haven't tried that one. I don't remember what, or have I? I might have Exodus. People saying hello, how are you? So, but the reason I thought about this topic for today is partially because one of the scents that I love from Defined, Lemon Delight, is not going to be offered anymore because, from what I understand, they can't make it work with the new restrictions that are in place. Which I've got to say, I know enough about IFRA standards to be a little bit dangerous. But when I do go looking through, for example, I've got up right now the complete IFRA standards, and I guess this is supposed to be the base from which everything works. And in it, they list the individual standards and the year it was implemented, the name of the ingredient, and the date that whatever standard was published. And when I flip through this, a lot of these were 2020. And so far I haven't, but those, yeah. So I don't know how much is new, but one thing I can say is, I've read through this guide and I'm confused by it. And it started occurring to me, I wonder how many companies, and we got Love Them Labs, Frank and Beans, come on over. Say hi to Love Them Labs. They come in just to see you every week. Every week. These two little buggers took off on me yesterday, by the way. I want to show you something. This is, I've got an electric fence. I've got a wire that goes around the entire yard. And this is the stubborn dog collar that I've got for both of them now. Frank used to have a normal one. And this sucker, it's a stubborn dog collar. What it's supposed to do is give even a more powerful zap than a regular collar. Now, before I put these things on them, I did walk over to the edge of the yard with it on, and I zapped myself, because I'm not going to zap them with something that I haven't at least tested on myself. I don't know if that's a ridiculous thing or shows I'm compassionate, but I've got to tell you, I wouldn't want to get zapped by that damn thing. And they both took off on me yesterday. Part of the problem is that they're both complete dogs. I never had them fixed. I have a buddy that ran a doggy daycare, and he made the point that if I got them chopped, then they can't get testicular cancer. And then he made the comment that it would do the same thing for me, which told me, Eli Beard, welcome in. Glad to see you, Ricky. Let me know that I'm not doing it to them. I wouldn't want to do it done to me, so I'm not going to do it to them. But I guess they smell something that smells like they could have sex with it, and they're going to crash through that electric barrier. But I think my next step, because the stubborn dog collars aren't working, in beer today was Jay's Beard Essentials Teddy's Revenge Oil. I remember that coming out, but I usually stay away from the monthly scents only because I can't really review it if it's not going to be available by the time I review it. Hollis from Alley Cat is a cologne. Avenue Blues, their barbershop. That's right. I've got to take another look at that. I love barbershops, and I don't remember if that sounded awesome to me, but I know I can easily find 3 things. Body Language from Honeyacre. Maybe I'll check them out today. But I kind of want to wait until I finish this off before I order. King's Bounty has lavender, birch, African violet, exotic woods, and aquatic musk. That sounds like I might not like it. Anytime I hear lavender, I get worried, but more often than not, when I get something with lavender in it, I really dig it. And so let me just catch up with these and talk a little bit more about IFRA, Irritating Fragrance Association. But Adam can't make the sense to make it anymore. Yeah, you know what? That's kind of the same thing that happened with Tyler from Woolly Wizard with his Blackberry. I forget the name of his Blackberry, which I was as good. It was right on the line for which one was better, Grayson or Woolly Wizard's Blackberry. But he can't get it anymore because the scent that he was using is no longer available. So let me just quickly catch up here. King's Bounty is on all top 5 cents to me. IFRA are guidelines, not laws, but any respectable company should be following them. You know what? They are, I hear what you're saying, but the FDA adopts whatever the IFRA comes up with. So I'm not quite sure that's completely accurate, that it's, I mean, I know they're not laws, but they're regulations. So don't whiz on the electric fence. The electric fence is buried. It was, I got to tell you, to put one of those electric fences in, I think it costs like 3 to 5 for a yard like mine, would have been about 5,000, which it took me a day and a half to just, all you got to do is lay down wire. And the nonsense about they're going to train your dog, you know what, them walking near the fence and getting zapped is what trains the dog. They don't need, they've got no special approach to training. And I don't know who since the IFRA went after citrus really hard in the 50th Amendment. Yeah, and I'm really trying to learn about. I've been looking through the 50th Amendment and trying to get a feel for. I mean, it's 686 pages long, so I haven't read the whole thing. But at some point, I'm really going to spend maybe a few hours doing a deep dive, trying to understand it a little bit. And even more so, try and find some articles that might help me out. Something that occurred to me too is that, you know, we got Gary, IFRA guidelines are not enforced by FDA until you get sued for hurting someone, then you better hope you followed. Also, if you sell overseas, you must be IFRA compliant. Yeah, I think it's more that it's not that they're not in obligation. It's not that, it's just that they're not out there actively enforcing it. And I absolutely, well, Gary knows more than I do. But yeah, if you're not following it and you get sued, personally, for example, that scent I love, Lemon Delight, from what I've heard and defined is in here, they can't make it work under the new guidelines. Personally, I would prefer if they just did it outside the guidelines so I could have it, because it doesn't bother me. And without naming companies, I'm sure there are companies out there that are sticking to old recipes and, not complying with the IFRA guidelines, which realistically to me, I don't care. I think I'd prefer it. Just don't tell me and I'll be happy. Uh, if something is going to bother me, I think I'd know. I remember there was a company, it had just started out. They were, working with the big guy. So I assumed that they'd really kind of know. By that, I mean the big YouTube channel, that they'd know, that there would have been discussions about doing things the right way, using the right kind of scents. I remember it was basically a creamsicle scent. I put it in beard. It was in beard for about 2.5 minutes, and I had to get it the hell out of my beard. The only thing, I never, it was before I was doing reviews. I never called the company and asked. I never followed up with the company. I just never used it. I will tell you that oil also went completely rancid within 6 months. Within 6 months, there was no scent left. It was just a bottle of rancid oil. I'm assuming, just my assumption, that this was a new company owner, and did not realize that there's such a thing as scents out there that are not skin safe. And so in that case, I put something in my beard that did not work. It was immediately noticeable that it did not belong in my beard. And I'm assuming that stuff was not skin safe. And, so that's another, I can see compliance, but at the same time, if there's a company out there putting out a scent that they've been selling for the last, 5 years without a problem, I personally, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but if they were to go like this to the new guidelines and just keep on making what they've been making, for my personal use, I would be completely happy with that. But like Gary said, if they get sued, they get a problem. Unless, of course, they just document that they were following the guidelines and did whatever the hell they wanted. And Erock says, irritating fragrance association sucks. I kind of don't like the idea of some international organization, making up rules and the US FDA just saying, yeah, whatever they said. What's up, Wife Brewer? Welcome in. And I think I'm almost caught up on these. But escapees, yes, those little bastards escaped. And luckily, they've got, their tags on that have, their names and my address. A nice lady, her dogs alerted her that something was going on outside, and she went outside and played with them until I could drive up. I think my next step for these guys is to get those little GPS trackers. It's kind of pain in the ass. It's going to cost me, to buy the trackers, and then at least $10 a month for the subscription. Otherwise, you're not going to, get the signal. Because every time they run away, I'm thinking to myself, that might be it. I could see them, walking in the road and getting hit. So, you know what? There's no way for me to know who is or isn't following them. And like I said, I would. If somebody's been making an oil for the last 5 years that I've used and enjoyed for the last 5 years, and all of a sudden we've got the 50th amendment, and it's not the previous, which, and I don't get it. I'm looking at this. It's 50th amendment, February 1st, 22, June 30th, 21. So I guess they didn't completely reissue it. But anyway, if it was good 3 years ago, as far as I'm concerned, it's good now. There are some scents out there that I would imagine could completely go away if, like the Lemon Delight. If I still had Lemon Delight not used up, supposedly it would not be IFRA compliant anymore, and I would, of course, still use it. G. Lou, how are you? Sue is being a bit. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but you know what? Uh, my personal use, I would go with. We've been working tirelessly for 8 months to replicate it. It's almost there. I'm almost positive Lemon Delight will be back by summer. Awesome. But in hats off to you for, working to get there under the new guidelines. But was there anything wrong with the product I just finished off? No, there wasn't. So, yeah, you know what though? With a lot of the lavender, one of my first lavenders I ever had, it was the crappiest oil I've ever tried. Um, and it was lavender forward, and I hated it. And I got this bad attitude in my head about lavender. And I've talked to owners that say that sometimes listing lavender in the scent profile can be the kiss of death for a scent as far as sales. But what I've been finding more often than not is that when lavender is in there, they're using it right, and it smells great. And you will love Avenue Blue from Honeyacre. There's different kind of sweetness in it that I just can't put my finger on. Smells amazing, and I get compliments every single time I wear it. You know what? I'm gonna try it. I love barbershops, and you know what? You've never steered me wrong. And I wanted to mention, since Gary is in here, I was wearing 1981 last night, and I got a compliment that from now on, that's the oil she wants me to wear when we go out. And so she was like, "What is that? I love it. You've got to wear it next time you see me." So Gary, 1981 was a super hit with a young lady I know. Some hello and Hawaii's. The FDA did not adopt IFRA. They just recognize IFRA. I've got to take another look. Well, of course, you know better than I, but I forget the exact wording of why IFRA holds any weight in this country. King's Bounty smells birch and floral. The lavender just blends. Yep. Yeah. When lavender is just kind of there a little bit. We all know the companies that don't follow them. I gain nothing from throwing shade, though. You know what? I don't know the companies that don't follow them. And safe bet none are in here. Agreed. All right. Well, you know what? When it comes up, I'm going to be one of the first to buy it. I absolutely love, love, love Lemon Delight. And Chris, if I haven't said hi to you yet, hello, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. And when I came up with this topic, I was in no way, hi TV, trying to say that I know jack shit about IFRA standards. I just thought it'd be a good topic. I mean, I have spent some time reading, but that reading hasn't resulted in any kind of comprehension of what the standards are and how they work. I did speak to a couple of company owners and got their take on how they deal with it. Do they have ID chips? No, they don't have ID chips. They've got ID tags, but I am going to get them GPS trackers to put on their collar. So that way, because I'm always keeping an eye on them, whenever they get out, I know within 5 minutes because I'm looking for them. And this way, I'll be able to track them. So if they're 150 yards out into the woods, I can either run into the woods after them or take my car and head them off. So no, they don't have ID chips. 50 addresses one ingredient only, and it is an off-cycle amendment on top of 49th. You know what, Gary, when I was looking through, I did, everyone was talking about the new standards. And when I was going through and seeing when the standards for different ingredients were established. It looked like most were 2020. So I wasn't sure. So yeah, I'm going to do some more reading. If I ever get to a point where I think I know enough to make a video about it, I will. And can talk to Holly, Jilu, or Dan. They will get you to understand. Yeah, I mean, if they're willing to spend the time talking to me, I'd love to. Fall Classic from Defined, would love to see that one again. Defined is one of those companies that I always liked the way Daniel the Bearded would describe it, that it just plain works for me. I always loved Define's products. It just works for me. IFRA standards are vastly different based on application. Biggest restrictions are for leave-on products, not wash-off or candles. Yes, IFRA. Yep. The person I was talking today was talking about the candle restrictions. Yeah, and I mean, I was trying to think of if I would, not that I ever would be, but if I was making, had a company, not that I know enough to do it yet, um, if I would be even capable of making up some sort of spreadsheet that could handle, for example, if some of you guys are making a scent with 10 different fragrances in there, no individual scent that you're using is going to lay the groundwork for everything. You've got to find a way to account for all 10 ingredients and whether they, in that combined fashion, get to the point where they exceed any tolerance, for lack of a better word. Ear pod tracker for dogs with collar holder. Ear pod tracker. I'll check it out. There were a few. One is like, there are a few different ones where it's just a tag you stick on their collar. Talk to Holly. She's better versed than I. Holly from the old Whiskey and Hardtack, I'm assuming. Yeah, she was always super nice. I'm sure. I think she would be happy to, spend some time, though. I don't want to waste anyone's times. Yep, candles are in there too. And Mark is saying that perhaps IFRA took away a couple of Gary cents. And yep. And again, does that mean those scents weren't safe before? They were safe, now they're not. I mean, I get, if I had a company, I'd want to comply. I wouldn't want to have any, get any grief if someone had a bad reaction. But I've had Poe. I've worn Poe. I liked Poe. I think that was the Birchwood one. And, if I still had it, I would still use it. I wouldn't say, oh, no way. It doesn't meet the standards anymore. I can't do it. Never had an issue with Lemon Delight. That was the head scratcher. It's not a good feeling to have to stop selling a scent that sells all day. I hear you. And again, I know you can't do it anymore, but I would think you wouldn't advise anyone with Lemon Delight to throw it away because it no longer meets IFRA standards. I don't mind lavender at all. Great in nighttime scents and helps relax and unwind and get ready for sleep. I'm trying to think of a lavender scent from Detroit Grooming that I really super duper loved. Chris, probably so, but we are due to customer demand more. Aldemir, welcome in. That beard is starting to look pretty good. Got the best humor scent. Did you send it off to get tube test? IFRA. I don't know what that means. Yep. Cool. Excellent. I have one more Poe bottle, and I'm gonna milk it. I keep that bottle on lockdown in my wine chiller. No light, no humidity, and no temperature change. There's a part of me that I've got to sometime soon go through my collection and weed out those that have gone bad. Yeah, I've got some bottles of oil in there that are probably about 3 years old. And the last time I went through, there were a couple that were kind of on the edge. I just it was more out of I it was going to hurt my heart to throw them away. I'd like to stick a couple. Great topic. Thank you. And like I said, I'm not trying to say I'm well versed on it. I just thought it'd be a nice topic and that we get some people in here that do know what the hell they're talking about. I bet there's an IFRA regulation that says don't put this in your butt. I would. The standards are IFRA restricts the chemicals that make up fragrances. Each supplier and manufacturer of fragrance oils uses these companies to make smells and must detail the amounts in safe. I'm kind of curious how companies, I get that when you get these things from the manufacturer, they've got some sort of indicator on it that lets you know where it falls in the range. But if you're making up your own scents and you're mixing in 10 cents, what you do in a spreadsheet or something like that to come up with how your scent that you've created from these different products is in compliance. To me, I would think you'd have to dream up some sort of spreadsheet that would do the work. I did quickly check for software packages, and I did find one. It was for perfume or perfumers, whatever they call them. And it was a software package for combining ingredients and, figuring out what was safe. I couldn't figure out what the price on it was or whether or not it would work for beard oil. And usage percentages based on categories defined by IFRA. And you're working on fall classic too for the winter. In fact, it's been a while since I got any defined, and I know the last time I looked, there were a number of scents I wanted to try, and I've been kind of holding off. I had so many things that I had gotten in that I hadn't even bothered reviewing, and I do want to go back and take another look. I know Under the Fern or something for was suggested to me by either Erock or Vado, and it looked awesome. Chris P.E. would be mad about IFRA regulation. Got you. But don't the there's got to be a way that you can let's say you're working with 5 different scents. There's got to be some indicator that allows you to come up with, if you're mixing 5 different scents to create your unique scent, there must be some way, some indicator that would allow you to extrapolate to the combination of the 5 scents that you're using. In that combination, what levels stay under. If that makes any sense. I have made plenty of consult calls to address lots of IFRA guidelines. Yeah, so there's no way me just kind of casually reading is going to figure it out. The lemon was the main one. The way they lowered it just buried it. Adapt and overcome. I don't know why I would assume that they got some sort of they do studies from time to time and revised. Someone told me Gary mentioned there was only one ingredient they changed, but I know one owner mentioned to me that there were a couple of ingredients where the amount actually went up with the new guidelines. I don't know if that's evening, Ram. Welcome in. Glad to have you in. Yeah. And as I don't even understand what the change is, I will be looking into it to try and get some basic understanding. I'll probably reach out to Holly too, see if she's willing to just spend maybe 5 or 10 minutes. What happens to companies like Black Rebel that obviously don't follow standards for cents? I don't know if they do or don't. I will tell you that I just tried some Black Rebel. And one of my favorite all-time scents. I wish it would come back. The Chieftain. I just keep on saying it. I wish the Chieftain would come back. But for now, luckily, I've got Beard Brothers in their cedar and orange. Belle Island is lavender from Detroit Grooming, and I think that is the one. I remember I got one of those 10 milliliter bottles and thought it was, it was my favorite, but I liked it. Does anyone still buy a Honiaker? I was talking about Honiaker. I wore that today, the Grayson. So, and I was mentioning that I've got about 2 uses left, Ram, and once, maybe 3, once those are gone, I'm going to replace Grayson because I absolutely love it. Well, like you mentioned too, Gary, they're not enforcing anything. If you get sued and you're not doing the right thing, then you're screwed. IFRA wiped out 3 cents that we normally would have opened with. No big deal, though. We just replaced them with even better cents. And yeah, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And I'm sure Chris is going to answer, but he mentioned that he's going to open up end of March. Late March. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. 9 cents dropping. And Around the Fur. Yes, that's the one. Viking Outlaw, welcome in. I've got to check for some reason, I don't get beard product reviewers in my feed anymore. I don't know if it's because the guys that I was subscribed to don't do it anymore or, but I've got to check and see if you've got any new videos out, Viking Outlaw. Go big or go home. Not all complex Omega have 5, 6, 7, 8 separate fragrance by the maker. You can get a fragrance called Moneymaker that is made of vanilla, lavender, amber, musk. Beard oil intoxication. Around the Fur, Deep Pockets are 2 of my favorite defined scents. But Ace of Fades is my number 1. You know what? I think I've had Ace of Fades so long that it might have turned on me. I think that's going to be one of the victims of my next purge. So the IFRA has never been able to produce any data on why the drastic change either. They just did it. Weatherbeard, welcome in, Corey. Thanks for stopping by. And sawdust all day, fragrance all night. I love it. Yeah, Grayson, I love it. It's the only other one that I think really was close to it was that one by Tyler, Woolly Wizard. I can't remember the name, but his it was Blackberry and Sage. incredible too. I like the Honey Akers, Grayson, and that Woolly Wizard one were so close, both so good. I don't remember. One of them was stronger than the other, but one lasted longer than the other. But they were both just awesome. But that was a case where Tyler just couldn't get the ingredient he needed to make it the way he wanted to make it, and that was it. Which other one did you recommend for Honey Acker? I have memoirs, and we have some taste and sense. Oh, the same taste and sense. I think the other one was the one, the barbershop. Yeah, I'm gonna just start looking for art. I know I can't read. I could read this entire 686 page manual, and a lot of it would probably be lost on me. Then again, though, when you read stuff you don't understand, you do pick up something. But I don't see any point at all in reading this. But I can't help thinking there must be some sort of software out there, or maybe there isn't because it's such a unique little niche industry. Oh, and Russ, welcome in. I talked about your comment, but I didn't say hello. And Viking Outlaw says he needs to start researching this IFRA since he's starting to make oil and no videos. Kind of struggling, so just haven't felt like it. I gotta tell, I've been struggling a little bit. I'm working an awful lot now. It's the tax season. I really am an accountant, and it's tough to keep up. I think that's why I went to one video a week plus the live stream. It's one video is kind of easy to maintain. And what else we can I have used beard oil as body lotion, and it has helped me get rid of bottles. Actually, Iraq, he mentioned this to me, I think last Sunday. I was at 67 and now I have 45. I use one for beard and the second for body. I've been doing the same thing, Iraq, ever since you left that comment. I get a little during the winter, a little dry on my sides. And so lately, when I put oil in my beard, I've been putting a little oil and just greasing myself up. I do think that, especially for my hands, regular Gold Bond, what do I use? Gold Bond works better. But like you said, to get rid of the stuff and not, have it part of one of my purge videos, or not purge. Yeah, purge. I'd rather use them up that way. Though I was sad to see this baby go. This is my diamond hand that I finished off today. So where the heck was I? I think I already went over these. But yeah, so Iraq, because of you, I'm doing the same thing. Because I hate being a waster. I hate wasting them. When I might even try and do it this Saturday, go through all my oils and figure out which ones are done for. And I think I'm going to have 30 bottles that are rancid. Or that, for example, I had one the other day. I put in, it was Roaring 20s. I mean, the thing is 2 or 3 years old. And it didn't seem quite rancid, but the scent just wasn't there anymore. And I could smell it, but I could tell it wasn't the same as it had been. So, for example, that'll be one that's going to have to bite the dust. And it's a shame because I got so close to finishing it. And I don't know what let's just change stuff and mess with people. Yeah. And so while I understand as a company owner being responsible, like I was saying before, if you've got a product that you've been putting out for years, never had a problem, some organization decides they're going to change the rules, no explanation. I can't say that I would have a problem with For example, if Define was still offering, you know, lemon delight the same way it used to be, I would buy it. Uh, Gotta escape ice. Amber oud, cedarwood, and black pepper equals taproot. That does not. You know what? Black pepper is one of those things. When I hear it, I think I don't like it. But there's so many scents with black pepper in it that I do like. That I'm starting to try to ignore some of my initial reactions to some of these scents that I see. I haven't tried honey yarker yet, but keep hearing good things. Have them on my list to try this year. And who was it? It was Ram who asked if anyone still uses it. I don't know if that's because he's a fan and hasn't heard much about it recently or not. Kind of curious. Lube no live. I oil myself up like Macho Man. And I got to tell you, you'll smell good too. And oh yeah. And so what else have we got going on here? I tried elite grooming. Was it elite grooming? No, I know I've tried elite grooming. That's right. Some of his are with the emu, some without. I like elite grooming. It's weird. A lot of his scents are not the manliest, but they'll have this like little edge that pulls it off the brink of not being manly at all, if that makes any sense. I got to tell you, this Haniaka, I wore this Grayson today, and it is strong. It is strong, and it lasts. G. Lou's Invention Ruckless is weekly. The other day, I also used Retro. I'll say it again. 1981 got rave reviews. Supposedly, whenever I see this young lady, she wants me to have it in beard. Yeah, I like Elite. I'd like to try some more. They have a lot of cologne scents. I really like the barbershop. Faded has a little citrus twist. I forget what I've got. I've got 3 scents. You know what? I still use Honest Amish Premium, but that is one of my oils that is going to fall victim to the purge. I wore it like a week and a half ago. I don't know how long it had been since I wore it before then. I put it in beard, and I never thought it smelled good anyway, but there was something about this. I felt like it had gone a little rancid on me. I never had Honest Amish go bad on me before, but when I got it this time, I used it for like the first month and then just left it sitting for like a year and a half. So, but I kind of still use it. I wish I get it. It's a great deal. It's cheap for 2 ounces, but I hate to waste, and 2 ounces just so much oil to go through. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. I get my hair cut every 3 weeks now, and I'm kind of amazed at how quickly it grows. I mean, it's pretty much down to skin there. I just got Nightcap and Supreme. Oh my gosh. You know what? I haven't been buying anything lately. Ruckus is an all-day scent. I love Ruckus. Faded is awesome. Elite has a ton of great fragrances. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head the Elite grooming that I have. I've got 3 of them. Yep, good stuff. Big Daddy Kane, welcome in. Yep, 1981 is you know what? It wasn't my favorite. I mean, I like it. I was really kind of pleasantly surprised when I got the rave reviews and told you better wear it next time you see me. Yep. Happy wife, happy life. So wear it during the day when you're at work. You know, the other one that the company that I really kind of love, I only tried it once with the sample pack, But Curum Nadurtha, there was something about that feeling beard I really, really dug. I only wore it like 6 days because I got a 6 oil sample pack. You know what? I've never tried the classic. I always got the premium, and that's because I heard the classic smells even worse than the premium. So, yep, got to watch out for those baby maker scents. Elite has their own in cologne matches. Oh yeah, I never get cologne though. And what is Gary saying? Legacy looked like a banger of a scent. Need to try that one. Not sure who that Blaze. Just trying to catch up here. You know what? From everything I've heard, because I have always gotten the premium on Astonish, from everything I've heard, there's absolutely no reason for me to even ever try the classic. So I never have. Copper John's Beard, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. In fact, I'm doing a video probably Saturday because I just finished off my bottle of On the Rocks, so I was going to do a little video about it. I finally got my final half a usage that I had left in the bottle. On the Rocks, it's my favorite pineapple scent. Cobra 1, whatever that means. Some love going out to Tyson. And sorry, I'm not saying much, just trying to keep up with these. Got to try Smoke from Elite. It's phenomenal. It is a very sweet smoke scent. That's what I got from the 3 that I tried from Elite. A lot of sweet scents. Newborn at age 42, go for it. And Big Daddy Kane says he tried Beard Octane Nitro today for the first time. Smells great. All coffee. I don't smell any blueberry. It's been a long time since I tried Beard Octane. My thought was it's a little bit lighter oil than is my personal preference, meaning the viscosity. And for me, the scents weren't as loud and strong as I usually like. But I never had the ones I tried, I liked. I think Gary is just saying that he's going to try to avoid it if he can. And just catching up here. Buffet manliness. Good old On the Rocks. Yeah, I love that scent. In fact, the other scent I love from Copper John, well, I mean, I like all of them that I've tried, but the one that's I can't remember the name, the lemon and lime combination, man, is that a good scent. Oh man, just love that scent. If I didn't have, in fact, just the fact that I mentioned it, if I didn't have Diamond Hand in, which is that tobacco, I don't, if I had something else, I'd probably put your lemon lime in tonight to go to bed with. Hawaii oil. And just trying to catch up here. Nothing wrong. I'm just not prepared to restart once my 11-year-old is out of the house. It's time to start traveling. No, let's add another 18 years to your prison sentence. Damn Yankee has a smoked pineapple summer scent. You know what? I do remember him talking about it. If I remember right, it's not offered right now, but will be. Yeah, no, that sounds great. And I love Damn Yankee. I just wore 3 days ago. I just had to wear the cedar tobacco vanilla scent. That's always a winner. No, I don't think I've ever had pineapple pizza. Just don't go in order of statehood, Tyson. Don't want to be 50th 50. And I don't know if I can catch up here. No pineapple pizza. Potato scented oil is good as bacon scented. Yep. And it won't be, I promise. And I think I'm almost caught up here. Copper John's is great. Polly's in Salt City are my favorite. I've tried Polly's. I haven't tried Salt City. Some more hello and how are yous? They are a blessing. In fact, mine's 12. I just got a comment that someone was shocked by how nice she is to me. Supposedly, she's going to turn into a monster within the next 2 years. So far, we're hanging in there. She still finds me amusing and is still nice to me. Oh, next month. I often don't get monthly oils just because by the time I review it, it's often no longer offered. But I'll check it out, see what's coming down. And if you say it's right up my alley, I'll give it a shot. And I think I am caught up almost. And so we are at, and what is all the smoked pineapple smell so good. Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for Damn Yankee with that smoked pineapple scent. And Copper John's, Tyson is saying that next month he's got a scent coming out that's going to be right up my alley. Did you guys see that Dagan got a coffee scent from Copper John's TikTok last night? I thought Dagan had sworn he would never try the coffee scent. Yeah, I'm wondering if he has sworn that he'll never wear a coffee scent and that he can't stand it. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what he thought. Am I working tonight or meeting my brother? Actually, I think I'm doing neither. The place that I often would go to on a Sunday is closed down. They screwed up with their liquor license, and they're shut down until the 21st, the next time that the town council meets. How the hell you do that when you own a bar? I don't know. Chris shocked me. He wanted it. And so we are at almost the 1 hour mark. Again, when I came up with the topic, I wasn't trying to say I know much of anything about IFRA standards. I've done a little bit of reading, but obviously, guys like Gary know a hell of a lot more than I ever will. Remains to be seen. But I will look into it. I don't even know if I know how to reach out to Holly nowadays. But with that, I'm going to call it a wrap. I thank each and every one of you for coming in and listening to me and keeping that chat going. And I'll see you on the next one. Big thumbnails. All right. So thank you, everyone. And I'll catch you on the next one.